Chigezi and Shema journalists unite to commemorate World Press Freedom Day. Media practitioners from Chigezi sub-region, joined by colleagues from Shema district, came together in a unified effort to commemorate World Press Freedom Day in a vibrant event held in Kabale district. The occasion, graced by the presence of esteemed dignitaries including the Minister for Presidency, Honorable Meli Babidi Babaranda, and the Cabinet Minister for Information, Communication and Technology, celebrated the vital role of a free press in a society. The day commenced with a spirited march band-led procession through the streets of Kabale town, culminating in the official opening and launch of the Kabale Media Practitioners Association's office at Vijahe building along Kabale-Kisoro Highway. Notably, the event also saw the planting of 5 trees at the Mayor's Gardens, aligning with this year's World Press Freedom Day theme, a praise for the planet, journalism in the face of environmental crisis. Esther Kukundakwe, the chairperson of the Kabale Media Practitioners Association, emphasized the significance of World Press Freedom Day as a reminder of the fundamental principles and responsibilities of a free and independent press. Kukundakwe also advocated for the improved wages for journalists, highlighting the challenges they face in executing their profession effectively.
This is the first day that we are celebrating the World Press Freedom Day in Kabale. I have lived all my life in Kabale and I have practiced here in Kabale, but we've never had this. So welcome and thank you for opening our office where we now have an address. Thank you for planting the trees that are also part of our theme this year. The World Press Freedom Day serves as a reminder of the fundamental principles that underlie democracy and the role of a free and independent press in upholding these principles. Today, as we celebrate, I would like to thank the journalists for having put on shoes amidst all challenges that we face, but for working together to promote transparency, accountability and the exchange of information. Indeed, the media are the fourth estate of the government and they play a crucial role in infotainment and also in edutainment. I would like to thank the President of Uganda, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, and the government for granting the journalists freedom of the press and also access to information, and to everyone the freedom to express themselves as enshrined in our Constitution. We can all attest to this because we have a huge political wing that is present here, and no wonder the Minister for Presidency accepted to come. Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to thank the President also for liberalizing the education sector in Uganda.
Various speakers, including Sam Alinitwe, the Kabale Municipality Central Division Chairperson, Robert Sempala, the Executive Director for Human Rights Network for Journalists, and Kabale District RDC, Godfrey Nyakahuma, underscored the crucial role of journalists as advocates for environmental conservation amidst the current global crisis. They called for enhanced payment for media practitioners and urged them to collaborate closely with communities, leaders, and security agencies to address pressing environmental concerns.
I believe this was something that we should tackle to ensure that all our children, our people, the young people, and even the old people can all know that environment is something that we must take serious. I want to thank all the people who supported the Kabale media practitioners to have this occasion. All our leaders who contributed, we want to thank you for supporting and standing with media people.
Honourable Minister, I would like to request the government to give more support to our media fraternity in Chigezi because of the great work and efforts they are doing in promoting government programs.
Honorable Dr. Chris Wadiomunsi, the Minister of ICT and National Guidance, urged journalists to uphold integrity and non-partisanship in their work, emphasizing the importance of collaboration with the government to fulfill their duties effectively.
Patron, you will not avoid me. I will have to be part of you and make sure that the plans which you have materialize and we mobilize support for you in order to maintain a vibrant media community here in kabale. She said the journalists continue to face intimidation, harassment, censorship, and even violence in the pursuit of truth and justice. And she was made the comment generally, not necessarily for kabale, because the report you also got from leaders that you have an excellent working relationship with the political and the civic leaders and the government leaders here. But let me say, I have said this before, and I want to repeat it today, that we need to respect the profession of journalism. I have said before that the way a medical doctor leaves his home or her home to go to hospital to work, the way a teacher leaves his or her home, go and work and teach in a school, is the way a journalist also leaves his or her home to go and work as a journalist. So we need to respect the practice of journalism and these media professionals. And I have said this also to the military and security forces, that we need to respect each other, because the military, the security agencies are also professionals doing their work. But sometimes we have seen clashes, especially when there are violent scenes, say demonstrations, riots. At times the media fails to coordinate with the security, and then you find you are conflicting. On one hand, we need to provide training to the media to understand and appreciate how to cover, say, a violent situation. How do you cover and make a story in a violent situation without antagonizing the security personnel who are doing their work? But also to train our security people, how do you, say, quell a riot, handle a demonstration without necessarily interfering with the media, which is also covering the scene, the event. So sometimes, because of the misunderstanding between the two of you, you end up clashing.
Speaking as the guest of honor, Minister for Presidency Honorable Mary Babaranda commended the kabale media fraternity, stating that the launched association is a milestone in the development of journalism in the Kigezi sub-region and Uganda at large. She emphasized that it is one of a kind in the region. Babaranda also urged the media to consistently champion government programs to ensure their effective implementation. She stated that in line with this year's World Press Freedom Day theme, the media in Kigezi should promote the current presidential directive to evict people from wetlands in order to conserve the environment.
I congratulate all the media family for reaching to this year's World Press Freedom Day. The theme for this year, which goes as a press for the planet, journalism in the face of environmental crisis, is a well-meaning theme that is coming at the time when His Excellency the President last month on April 19th of 2024 launched the National Patriotism Environmental Program. I am happy that the journalists in kabale have taken up the theme of this year's Press Freedom Day to address the serious environmental challenges in the greater Kigezi area. Kigezi area is witnessing serious environmental setbacks that need urgent addressing. Your campaign is therefore in line with the program of the Patriotism Secretariat. To put this differently, His Excellency the President has for several years raised the matter of protecting the environment and the natural ecosystem through preservation of the swamps and the notified wetlands. But this has largely fallen on deaf ears of selfish people who have ignored this advice. If the President's advice was taken seriously, the challenges we are talking about in kabale today would largely be minimized. But the I don't care attitude, the lack of the spirit
of patriotism, and the greed and corruption in our people are the factors fueling environmental degradation, and they are the reason we are still grappling with these problems. I am happy though that your generation is taking up this campaign to amplify your voices against degradation of our green cover. I am convinced that in the next years, Uganda and kabale in particular will be a shining example. But many of you today specialize in destroying and sowing seeds of hatred in the public. This is partly caused by 5 factors that are linked to ethics in journalism. 1, media owners who fail to adequately pay their workers, thereby exposing them to so many temptations in the field. 2, recruiting of unprofessional staff, i.e. the tendency of focus more on talent rather than the professional abilities of the staff. 3, journalists who have turned into activists, yet they are not to take sides in anything. This makes them forget the guiding principles of good journalism, namely the 5 W's and H, while writing news. Today, we have journalists who depend on rumors and mere hearsay to write and report news and not on active investigations. A begging syndrome which has deeply penetrated in the journalism industry. It is a trend nowadays for journalists to ask for money before they can give coverage to your story. And this is a reality, comrades, I am not lying. Using private information about individuals to destroy their families, their employment, their businesses, etc. There is an unfortunate trend where journalists are using information at their disposal to work against individuals, most times for selfish gains.
The celebrations also marked the launch of a fundraising initiative for a multimedia digital hub aimed at enhancing media infrastructure in the region. With a target of 200 million Ugandan shillings, the project garnered a significant support with 16 million shillings and 10 computers already collected in cash and pledges. Memory Aguma for Power TV.